Okay, so we have some fun things. Don't look at them yet. We're going to go over them all, not in immense detail, but just like a show and tell, because the two planes have actually been in videos on this channel before. But they've been upgraded since then. They were good before, but they've been upgraded since then. So we're going to look at them. Plus, just the amusement of them being, that is a 59, the car is a 59, and the 170 is a 54. So those two are 66 years old, and it's 70 years old. So there's 202 years of mechanical genius here behind us, and we're just going to have a quick look around them just for the sake of the fact that they're all 50s and they're all cool. And we apologize in advance for this video if it isn't like the standard that's normal, because we're doing it on our iPhone because Don's away and these might not be all here together at the same time. So we thought we'd take the chance and just try it on an iPhone and see how we get on. So let's look at them. So in the other video of this plane, it doesn't have the patroller doors, it doesn't have the fuel tanks, it doesn't have the tail wheel, but it does have a tail wheel, but it's not this tail wheel. This plane went to David Lowe, who is the converter of 59 150s to tail wheel, and it was made into a patroller. So it's got the extra fuel. It holds 39 gallons of fuel. So the extra fuel tanks are put in. I mean, I'm scraping the surface. This plane had 80 grand spent on it. It had, well, you can see it all from there, but the tail wheel is a 140s tail wheel now. It's not the spring on the bottom of the belly like in the other video. It's a complete rear bulkhead off a Cessna 140, because this is the 140s fuselage in a 150 and 59, but it gets the bigger flaps and the better ailerons and everything of the 150, so it's a great conversion. And then the other thing that happened is it had the patroller doors put in, which is a nice upgrade. Wheel pants were already on it. And then inside it, oh, and also here, where the rear gear leg came out for the normal nose wheel plane, that's gone, reskinned. I mean, a lot of time and money was spent on this thing. So inside it is even better. It's got Garmin in it. Let's have a look at that. So the Garmin G5, Navcom, a GTX 345 transponder with ADS-B in and out, a 275 engine management with full color display, graphic, Rosen visors, a V-brace, although there isn't a float kit in the plane. And then it had rails put on it, because 150s you're restricted to the amount of throw the seat has. You're kind of stuck in that forward position, about roughly there. These will go right back to where you actually need to adjust them forward. Huge amount of room in them. But it didn't sacrifice the baggage area. You've still got a baggage area back there, even with the seats back. And then it had patroller skylights put in, new headliner, hooker harnesses. I mean, major upgrades. This thing flies like an absolute dream. It's not the fastest plane in the world, but you know, if you just want fun tail dragging, you know, 90 to 100 miles an hour, 6 gallons an hour, which is incredible endurance at 6 gallons an hour because it's got 40 gallons of gas. Manual flaps, big flaps. They're like the Cessna 180, whereas the 140, the standard Taildragger before this, would have had little flaps that were about that wide and not nearly as effective as these. So a major upgrade on the thing. Okay, so let's go and look at the next thing. No, not that yet. Let's do this. So this has been on this channel before. This is probably the most modified and upgraded 170 in the world. And people go, no, mine's got more. This is unbelievable, this plane. We're going to cover it in some detail, but we won't go over everything because the other video covers a lot of it. But it's basically got an injected 200 horsepower Lycoming engine in it. It's got an MT prop on it. It's got Cutlass RG, 172 RG Cutlass wings on it, which gives it the extra fuel. It's like 65 gallons of gas rather than the original 39. It's got Cutlass RG doors on it. It's got 185 gear legs on it. And it was disassembled and reskinned and rebuilt back to this spec by a famous company up in Washington that we can't say the name of because it's a brand. But the one you suspect it is. So it's made it into not quite a 180. It's probably shorter field performance than a 180, but it isn't faster and it won't carry the weight. But major upgrades and modifications on it, hence the price, which you'll see if you want to look at the website. It has a baggage door 170s don't have. So let's have a little look around it all. The modern door handles, which do not need to be slammed. Watch. Place it in the hole, close the door, no slamming. The baggage door, out of a 180, this would be like a 54, 55, 56 baggage door. Press a button here, releases the baggage door, and a giant extended baggage in there, which doesn't actually, you couldn't probably fill it with everything that it would like you to fill it with, just due to volume, but it's big, just due to the gross weight. But this plane, look, again, no slamming. Since it was in the previous video, it's had an EDM 930 put in, it's had a Garmin 750 put in, color IFR, moving map, GPS with everything on it, a matching audio panel, a couple of 275s, and this is float kitted, patroller doors, articulating seats, I mean, shoulder harnesses, even the little handles here. If you were in the wilderness, you could disassemble those and make a tent out of them, or a rabbit snare or something. No slamming. 40 degrees flaps, custom tail wheel with adjustable shock absorbers on it. The normal beautiful Cessna 170 tail, the rounded tail of the 170, very similar to 195. And most of the skins in its first renovation were removed when the plane was rebuilt back to this spec. Then I sold it to somebody, and a ferry pilot who lied about his hours crashed it. Not badly, he dragged a couple of wingtips and hit the prop. Then it's all been repaired since then, but it's been like off the grid during that repair, but it's back to what it was now. And the upgrades on it have been that the engine was zeroed, the prop was zeroed, and the Garmin 750 was put in it. Alaska bush wheels. This is a bulge just for the fact that it's a 200 horsepower Lycoming in there. It's on both sides. Custom cowling. The whole thing's custom cowling. Sorry, it's not an MT. That's a Hartzell. So it's a Hartzell prop. That was 27 grand, that prop. LED landing lights, bigger tires, Sportsman stole kit, vortex generators on top of the wings. This plane will land and take off at like 33 knots if you had to work it at those airspeeds. And obviously with the big tires, it'll go into river bars and back strips and gravel any way you like. So that's the 1954 170B. Let's have a look at the little red car. So the last in the collection of vintage 50s aviation and automotive memorabilia is this Morris Minor Woody Wagon Traveller 1000. There's different names for them in different countries, but in England we call it a Woody Wagon. Probably similar here. It's an estate. These were convertible. They were sedans. They were wagons. They were vans. They were Woodies. They're brilliant. And this one is a 59, and I've found it in a hangar when I was doing another deal on a different plane, and of course I had to buy it because it's more British than me, and it's a 1959, so it's the exact same age as this. So they're in good company, and they're both red. So let's have a quick look around it. I'll open the hood and show you the giant engine under there. So Morris Minor 1000 means 1000 cc's, cubic centimeters. And anybody who knows what that is in cubic inches, it's probably like 10. But there it is, look, twin SU carburetors, 4-cylinder, that's about 10 inches, tiny little thing, battery under here, drives absolutely fantastically, this car. Little electric fuel pump, individual shock absorbers on each, these are the shocks down here, and here, a giant horn, just a brass radiator. I mean, look at that way that thing's made. And then to shut it, you just slam it nicely. 1,000 cc's of, I think it's 60 horsepower. If you know what the horsepower is exactly, comment on them, because these are very popular. Not so much here, but in Britain, these are very popular. Okay, let's look inside it. A real daily driver. So, key. Choke there if I needed it. Yeah, she's rolling. Starter. Idling. Beautiful. Glove box there. This one has got a tape player in it and an oil pressure gauge, so you didn't have to cut a hole in the dash. It's got 33,000 miles on it. Very original. Conventional 4-speed, you know, clutch, brake, gas, handbrake. Very light on the steering because the tires are so small. I just had the tires changed on it, and the ones that were on it were 46 years old because they've been sitting in a hangar for a very, very long time. That's an ashtray for the old days. Heater under there, hood release under there, heater control here, and then in the back, it's voluminous. Let's go around the back. And this is where you really get to see the wood. The whole frame of it is oak. Look at that mechanism. Quality. This door holds this door shut, so it's not got a latch of its own. And then those fold forward with the two toilet door latches. They fold forward, and that whole thing is flat. And it's won trophies and awards and prizes. It has spare parts with it. I've got brakes in here. Full name. Pictures of it being restored. Look, this is the wooden frame. That's what they look like with their clothes off. And even a free hat. Toolkit, spares, jack and wheel. It's just great. And that just closes there, and that closes like that. We used to go and get firewood in one of these. It was a van version, no glass. We used to go and get firewood in one of these on Dartmoor in England when I was at college, because it was the only thing we had that was big enough. Not a lot of power, but it was great. So this was just a quick video, not high tech, not a lot of model years, just sort of fun because the two planes have been in the videos before and the Morris isn't for sale. Well, not yet, everything's for sale in the end. So a 54 170B, highly modified and upgraded since it's originally in the 50s. A Morris Minor that's exactly as it was in the 50s, but has been beautifully restored back to perfection, better probably than new. And then this 150, which is a Taildragger conversion by David Lowe. This is probably the nicest one in the country. That plane, those two are for sale. That one's $350,000. This one is $89,000. And it has got all the modifications you'd ever want. It's so superior to what it was in '59, it's hardly worth mentioning. So a nice contrast. All three of them together in the same place with a lot of red on a sunny day. Hey, what can you lose? It's a video. Let's do it. So thanks for watching. We have this channel at Skywagon University where we go over models and types, and we also have Plane Crazy Life, which is a more adventure lifestyle channel, and we're just getting merchandise for sale on both channels. So thanks for watching, and comment and subscribe to help us along with other videos similar to this. Thanks a lot. Bye.